creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful day in the far north of Maine, up along the Canadian border, in the crown of Maine, and it's a beautiful day wherever you are as well. I got the grunge look going on. I've been doing my barn work this morning, and now it's time to take a break and do some YouTube videos, some videos for the other channels, and I can't mention there's massive censorship on these channels, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. I am at Coffee with Kerri on X and Truth Social. I'm going to get in trouble for that, too. I am Coffee with Kerri-Lynn, no hyphen, on Instagram, and on the one that begins with R, rhymes with crumble. Can't mention it here because I'll be at the bottom of the algorithm. I am Coffee with Kerri-Lynn, with a hyphen, on YouTube, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and Pandora. Now that we got all that out of the way, we are a late start up here in the far north of Maine, 15 minutes from Canada as far as growing goes. I have Homesteader Gardener Envy. I've been watching homesteading channels from down south, and everybody's starting to till their gardens. They're setting their seedlings in, they're planting their seeds, they've got their potatoes in, and they've got shoots on them already, and we haven't done nothing up here because we are just getting buds on the lilac bushes. I just got little shoots 2 days ago on my elderberry bushes, and I do not plant my potatoes until around Mother's Day. It's just how it works. And we do not set our garden in until after June 15th. Everybody claims up here that I set a late garden, and they like making fun of me and my late gardening habits. However, last year, they set their gardens, and on June 15th, the killing frost came through. I had not set my garden yet. We had lifey things happen, and I was not going to be able to start planting my seedlings or my seeds until about June 20th, and everybody lost everything. It was absolutely devastating. On June 16th at 9 a.m., we had friends that own greenhouses up here. There were lines of people in their cars waiting for them to open so that they could get whatever seedlings that they could and actually have a garden last year. Many, many people did not end up with a garden last year. They ended up going without. They wiped out Lowe's. They wiped out Walmart. They wiped out the local greenhouses. I always overplant my seedlings, so I have enough for my own seedling failures. But not only that, make sure that I have enough for friends and family because they have seedling failures too. So we kind of exchange things and swap things out. And after I'm done with the exchange and the swap and the bartering, I take my little red picnic table and I put it up at the top of the road. Now last year, boy, was we giving stuff away. I took even some of my own stock and gave it to people that I knew that had many children and that absolutely rely on their gardens. And we just kind of gave things away. Every year, after June 20th, I put out my little red picnic table at the top of the yard. Please do not come into my yard. We have no trespassing signs. We have dogs. My little red picnic table in the beginning of June will be full of my seedlings in my yard. Please don't take them. That's not cool. When I'm ready to give them to the general public, I do put the picnic table at the top of the driveway with the sign that says free for the taking. Take whatever you want. We use all organic, all heirloom seedlings. Have at it. Have yourself a great garden. But we don't get to do this until June. In the meantime, we get to talk about pests because we are still relegated to the small corner of my kitchen I do my podcasting out of. So we're not out in the yard. We're really not doing a lot. Wind is cold, sun is warm, and this is how it works up here. Today, I want to talk about Diatomaceous Earth. It is the homesteader's secret weapon against all kinds of pests, from lice to chewing lice to mites to bed bugs. This is how homesteaders get rid of the icky, nasty pests that are very difficult to talk about sometimes. It's a thing. I hate talking about this stuff because it kind of wigs people out, but we're going to show you, or at least tell you, how we combat these horrible little beasties that sometimes sneak into your life. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, Diatomaceous Earth, or DE, All it is fossilized algae that's found in riverbeds. DE works in two ways. First, it cuts the shell of the pest. So if you're talking about fleas, or you're talking about lice and lice eggs, if you're talking about mites, they have a little crusty shell. So the DE is kind of like glass, and it slices the pesty, slices their shell, and it has a drying component to the DE, and that is silica. And that actually sucks all the moisture out of the pest. So whether you're dealing with barn mites, chewing lice on pets, or you're dealing with head lice on children, DE is the way to go. Same thing with bed bugs. You just sprinkle DE underneath your mattress and kind of do the rub in, and it will take care of everything for you. I'm going to show you what DE looks like. You're going to get this. A lot of local hardware stores do sell DE, but they do not sell the food grade DE. Tractor Supply does sell food grade DE, and that's what you need to use around your home. The food grade stuff. All it is a white powder. I have to keep it in a bag because you can't huff it, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. If you're huffing white powder, you got more problems than what you thought. It's very fine and it is very silky. However, when you stick your hand into it and you take your hand out of it, you can feel all the moisture from the silica being sucked out of your skin. And you feel like you've had your hands in a bag of salt. It's silky smooth. It doesn't cut you. It cuts the pesty. That's how this works. It's a twofold thing. It's coarse enough for the pest to have their hard shell cut, and then it dries them out with the silica, and that's all there is to it. Now, when you clean your barn out, this is my barn cup. People like to see how we do things. This is my barn cup. It's just a depression dessert dish. So I clean my barn out, get everything out of there. Then I take this and I sprinkle it on the barn floor, all in the corners. Just take my cup and I sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I sprinkle it. I put it in my hen boxes. I put it in the dust bath that we have for the chickens. Put a little bit in there, about 1/4 teaspoon does it all. And they'll roll around in it. And if they do have any mites, this will take care of it. If you have meat rabbits, I know beginner homesteaders that have done this where they've used chemical pesticide flea killer on their meat rabbits. You're going to use DE. Take about 1/4 teaspoon, sprinkle it on your bunny, rub it all in, brush your bunny out. Use it in your bunny hutches. You can use this, it's perfectly fine. Clean out your hutch, sprinkle some in, leave it in for a couple hours, dust it out, brush it all out, and then you can, however you set your meat rabbits. Some people put a lot of hay in their meat rabbit cages. Other people don't. Whatever floats your boat. I'm not telling you how to raise rabbits. I have also Angora rabbits. They're show rabbits. And this is what we use on the long hair bunnies. And we use it once a month because they do go outside and frolic. They frolic in the grass and they frolic in the paddock that we have for them outside because they love being outdoors. And we love our bunnies to be happy. Put it on the bunny, rub it in, brush the bunny out. Don't brush it toward the bunny head because you don't want your rabbits huffing this in. You can work it into the ears a little bit. If your bunny has mites on the ear, you can absolutely rub this into your bunny's ear. I'm not going to show you what bunny ear mite is because we don't have it. And so go Google that and you can see what an ear mite on a rabbit looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. This is also great for dry shampoo. You don't have time to wash your hair? Take 1/4 teaspoon. Put it in your hands. Don't huff. Please don't huff. Run it through. And it takes all the greasy oil off of the roots of your hair. So people use this in their skincare regimen. Some people make mud masks with it and buff their skin a little bit with it. And I put, when your constipation strikes, it strikes. I put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of this in my coffee. I'm not recommending anybody does this. And it frees up your constipation. Just saying. Also, if you have children, they go to school. There are lice in the school systems, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. Because we have been using Rid and Nix for 50 years or more on lice, we now have super lice. Here's your secret weapon, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. Very, very simple application of DE on head lice. Put a teaspoon of DE on the child's head. Put a dust mask on them. Put a bandana on them. Don't let them huff it. Put a shower cap on the child's head. Plunk child down in front of television, video game. Make them read a book. Don't take the shower cap off. Go play. 2 hours later, generally the course of a Disney movie, take the shower cap off, wash the child's hair in any kind of shampoo that has tea tree oil in it. What the DE is going to do is it is going to slice the active lice, make a little nick in them on their little back, and then it is going to dry the bug out. It is also going to make a little slice on the egg, and it is going to dry the egg out. Now, after you get the hair washed, take your little comb, your lace comb, and go through the child's hair. You're going to do this again in 2 days. 2 days pass, whole process again, and then you should be lice free. Lice is not fun, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. It is also a good remedy for bed bugs. Just put it in between the mattress and the box spring, kind of rub it in the sides of the mattress. You can even put a layer on the top of your mattress and then vacuum your mattress. At the end of a couple hours goes by, vacuum up your mattress. Again, same premise. It slices the shell, the hard back on your bed bug, and then it dries the bed bug out, and then your vacuum will suck up the buggy and suck up all the powder so that you're not huffing that. Please do not huff this stuff. I can't stress that anymore because, censorship and stuff. They don't like us talking about natural remedies. Always bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, natural remedies are not 1,000% safe. So please be very mindful how you use natural remedies, how you apply them, what you use them for, and who you use them on. That being said, nature has the ability to cure, but also if you use natural products completely half-assed backwards, it does have the ability to harm people. There you go. Now we're all disclosed. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, thank you for joining me today as we once again talk about nasty, pesty things. We did an episode on rat killer yesterday. It's in the playlist. So go check out my video on how to make homemade rat killer, rat poison for your barn or your home that's safe to use around your barnyard animals and safe to use around your kids and domestic pets. As always, carpe diem, beautiful creatures of the world, because no one promised you a tomorrow.